improv game for you. This one is called Album Critic. I'm going to need Sophie and Eamon as well as Erik and Megan. So, the way Album Critic works is Sophie and Eamon are reviewing an album. And you're going to hear some tracks off that album performed by Erik and Megan. So they're going to go through the opening track, a track in the middle of the album, and the last track on the album. One of these reviewers loved the album, one of these reviewers hated the album. So that'll be entertaining at least. Yes. And what we get from you is the title of the album, which is an interesting sentence you heard today. So any interesting or weird sentences? That's great. Yeah. Keep it coming, guys.
You guys lead exciting lives.
That lecture was more anal-focused than I intended.
I'm a certain type of veteran.
All right. That lecture was more anal-focused than I intended. Is the title of the album they'll be reviewing? Let's see it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us tonight here on Album Hour. My name is Stephanie Sock.
And my name is Charles Boot.
Tonight, we will be reviewing what I consider one of the greatest albums of all time.
You gotta be shitting me. This album stinks. It's bad. Not good.
Well, yes, is the subject matter a bit crude? Yes, but I was personally moved to tears by it. I mean, that lecture was more anally focused than I intended. An unconventional title, yes, but it moved me.
It moved me out of my seat and into open traffic so I could kill myself. I didn't like this album at all. It was awful and bad. Let's talk about that. Let's just get into it. I don't want to be here for very long. Look, the first track on the album is probably one of the worst, if you ask me.
Well, I beg to differ. I think Butt Stuff started out the album on such a high note and gripped the viewer from the start.
High note? Yeah, the high-pitched fart that started the album. God, what a, ew, and you could like smell, it was like, you could like smell it through the stereo. That was awful.
At least our artists apologized for the fart. Yes, you could hear it midway through the track, but it's nice to have that courtesy, wouldn't you agree?
No.
Well, let's see if listening will change your mind.
Fine, I guess. Let's listen to Butt Stuff.
Ooh. Sorry about that, brother. I like butt stuff.
Oh, we're gonna do lots of butt
It's just
stuff.
the intro. Just wait. It's just
Okay.
the intro.
Yeah. Butt stuff. Doing stuff with our butts. Rubbing them together.
That's true. We're doing it right now.
And also other things.
And other things too.
The second and third example of stuff we're doing with our butts.
Me and my brother, we like to do butt stuff.
Yeah. Just to practice for when we do it with other people.
So true.
Yeah. There's no emotional connection.
Not emotional at
No.
all. He has a girlfriend.
Yeah. And I love her in a different, special way than the way I love my brother. Maybe not as much, though.
And I'm single. Yeah.
Oh, you'll find someone.
You.
Huh?
Let's just keep going with the
We're
song.
gonna
Oh, excuse me.
butt stuff.
We're gonna do butt stuff. We're gonna
Do butt stuff? Do butt stuff.
do butt stuff.
Are we gonna do stuff with our fronts? No! No. Just butt stuff.
Thank you.
Stinky! I did not like that song very much at all. Butt stuff? No thanks. I'm more front stuff if you ask me.
You
Yes,
know,
me.
I used to dream in black and white. But after listening to Butt Stuff, my dreams are more vivid and colorful than ever.
You've got some issues. Let's talk about this middle track, which is, if we're following in the narrative of this album, I guess it's a bit of a narrative improvement. We finally get to the lecture portion of the album.
Absolutely, and that was such such a confusing day for the History 304 students as they walked through that classroom that day and heard this track played.
Yeah, they were expecting their professors, and what they got was some shit. Ugh, disgusting. They were supposed to be learning about ancient Rome, but they were just talking about butts the whole time.
Which is why the song is called Butts in Ancient Rome. It really ties everything together, don't you think?
Ugh, I guess, if you could call it that even. Let's just listen to this song.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, class. You thought you were here to learn about Rome. Wrong!
It's ass!
You're actually here to learn about butts.
Butts in Rome.
Ancient Rome.
The gladiators. They had them too.
butts, yeah. And you know what? Everybody poops with butts.
With butts. With butts all together. Everyone butts.
Butts. Butts all together. You know how many things you can do with your butt? Well, pooping for starters.
Pooping.
And also other things. Receive an enema, for instance. Not back then, though.
Caesar had a butt too.
It's true. Okay, class dismissed.
Man, this one is just, whoa. This album's just going downhill and downhill. God, I can't. When we finally got to the last track of the album, I was just ready to tear off my own butt because I didn't want anything to do with this album anymore.
Oh my gosh, it's so dramatic. Well, I personally loved the last track. It's when our protagonists come together as one after years of tumultuous fighting over butt stuff.
Yeah, but they came together as one and they were like, okay, we're good with the butt stuff, right? We're good. We grew up a little.
Yes, it's kind of like maturing. Yes, there's butts, but there's also employment. It's just jobs and 401ks.
Our heroes reflect a little bit on what this album means for their career prospects. And it ain't pretty. It's a sobering piece.
Absolutely.
Let's listen to I'll Never Get a Job Now.
Brother,
Yes.
I have to go. No more butt stuff for me. It's time to find a job.
Don't say that.
No,
You'll never get a job now.
we did too much butt stuff. There was a line and we crossed it. With our butts, just dragging our ass all over that line up and down.
Brother,
Yes, brother.
the world is changing. I see a future. And butts are everywhere.
Oh, boy.
And you're there too.
Me?
And I'm with you.
You're with me?
I'm with you.
Is my girlfriend there, too?
No.
That's okay. Fuck her.
It's just you and me.
Doing butt stuff together?
Can't you see?
No, I have to go. But beg me to stay, please.
Brother,
Yes, brother?
I need your hand.
You need my ass?
I need
yours, too. Let's do butt stuff forever.
Together.
Together. Who needs jobs? We're independently wealthy. Our father mined emeralds.
Let's be together.
In a platonic way that's appropriate for siblings.
But sometimes we have fun.
Yeah. Hey, I think I might be adopted, so we might actually be in the clear.
I got a dub on this one.
Butt stuff.
So let me get this straight. You like the weird butt incest album? That's your shit? That's what you like?
Some might call it butt stuff. I call it avant-garde. Is what I call it.
Ugh. Well, if I had to give this album a score, I'd probably give that one, a 0! A 0! Puh! No more butts for me. I hated that shit so much.
And on that sobering note, we conclude this album hour. Thank you.
Ugh.